Right, so I've just come along to one of our hedgerows at Hope Farm. We have about 7 miles of these, all shapes and sizes. So we've got some of these ones that stand sort of about 3 metres in height. We've got some over there that are just freshly laid last year, so sitting about waist height at the moment, but still nice and thick from the bottom. Some have got lots of brambles, so really thick vegetation at the bottom. Some are much more tall, sort of tree-like structures. And the aim of these hedgerows is to just create as much diversity as we can. They're amazing structures, aside from helping with wind protection, sequestering carbon, and there's quite a lot of research to show their uses for that as well. They are amazing resources for wildlife, and that's the main reason that we keep them on the farm.
So when we bought the farm, these photos are from 1999 in the winter, and they were a little bit gappy, and standing sort of about 1.5 metres in height on this particular piece of hedge. Yeah, a few gaps, about 1 metre wide, and you can see through them quite clearly, and you can see the trunks along the bottom as well, with little vegetation along the bottom. That edge shot shows that off quite well there. And then fast forward, it's a little bit skewed because this is in the middle of the summer, but this is the same hedge that stands well over 2 metres in height, probably nearer 3 metres, and the poplar trees have just been allowed to grow, but that's about 5 metres in width. We planted up the gappier areas. Haven't actually worried too much about trimming the ditch as well, because it still serves just as well with drainage with that vegetation over the top.
We manage these on a 3-year rotation, so some hedgerows don't actually need cutting even that often. We just let them get really scruffy and try and let some grow up tall, some short, because there is research to also show that different birds, they nest in different kind of hedgerows. So yellowhammers, they like the sort of shorter, scrubbier, stout hedgerows. Turtle doves, they like the big, tall, sort of 4 metres high, scrubby hedgerows. And then things like greenfinches, they like ones with lots of trees in them. That we find those more around our paddocks, nearer towards the village. The way that we kind of look at them is that they can be a vertical wildflower margin. If you have the blooming sequence that goes right from sort of the catkins in February, blackthorn, then the hawthorn in May, and then all the way through to now where we have lots of bramble in flower and producing berries as well. Dog rose as well, and goat willow, loads of other things that we try and just make sure that they can provide pollinator resource.
So just having a little look here at the monitoring results. For yellowhammer, I picked as a species, looking at the difference in number of territories along the hedgerows between 2000 and 2017. So in 2000 here, this is where the hedgerow is that I've taken that drone footage of, and then we have the old video, and we've got 2 territories along there in 2000. Then we've got nothing along this part here along the top, and then this is the more sort of brambly hedge where we have 1 larger territory there, and then a few things dotted around. So there are yellowhammers using the space, but still not nearly as many as there could be. So you have to look at 2017 on 2 pages. So this is the south end of the farm where we have a territory along that hedge that was part of the drone footage that I showed you, 2 territories along here, and then on that south side, along that bramble hedge, where we have that mixture of hawthorn and bramble for safe nesting, food, margins either side, yellowhammer using all along that, so it makes a real difference.